Indian Australians are Australians of Indian descent or heritage. This includes both those who are Australian by birth, and those born in India or elsewhere in the Indian diaspora. They are one of the fastest growing communities in Australia today. In 2005-2006, India was the fourth major source of permanent migrants to Australia behind the United Kingdom, New Zealand and China. Between 2001 and 2005-2006, the number of migrants who came to Australia from India increased from 4,700 to 12,300 people. In 2011-12, Indians became the largest source of permanent migration to Australia, forming 15.7% of the total migration program. Australia's Indian-born population also recorded the fastest growth in the country in 2008-2009, increasing by 44,012. The largest Indian-Australian population is found in the state of Victoria. History. A study of DNA has found that Indian people may have come to Australia around 4,000 years ago. Indian immigration began early in colonial history. The first Indians arrived in Australia with the British, who had been living in India for the 1860s. Indians, Afghans and Pacific Islanders were recruited as workers in rural and northern outback Australia. Many Afghans actually came from India. They were loosely called Afghans due to the similar dress, because mostly Sikh wear the turban, and they worked as cameleers to operate camel trains throughout outback Australia as pioneers of the inland, as well as labourers and domestic help. Australia's early Indian population also found work as hawkers. The 1881 census records 998 people who were born in India, but this had grown to over 1,700 by 1891. Migration from India was curtailed after the Australian government introduced the Immigration Restriction Act 1901, but following India's independence from Britain in 1947, the number of Anglo-Indians and Indian-born British citizens immigrating to Australia increased. Demographics. During the 2006 census, 147,106 Australian residents declared that they were born in India, of which 79,025 held Australian citizenship. The states with the largest Indian-born residents were New South Wales, Victoria and Western Australia. 64,968 declared they were Hindus, 49,975 declared they were Christian and 26,500 declared they were Sikh. Other minorities include Muslims and Zoroastrians. 243,722 Australian residents declared that he had Indian ancestry, either alone or in combination with another ancestry. The Indian-born community more than doubled between 2004 and 2009 to 308,542, making it the second largest non-European group in Australia after Chinese-born Australians. In 2009, there were an additional 90,000 Indian students studying at Australian tertiary institutions, according to Prime Minister Rudd. Religion. According to the 2011 census, most Indian Australians are Hindus, with about 276,000 individuals who profess Hinduism, making it one of the fastest-growing religions in Australia. Notable Australians of Indian ancestry. Indian ancestry: Akshay Venkatesh, mathematician; Brendan Augustin, a former Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade diplomat; Indira Naidu, newsreader; Kirsi Mahomji, journalist and author; Kim Yeadon, Labour MP and Minister from NSW, current Vice-Chancellor of the University of Western Sydney; Chennupati Jagadish, pioneer in nanotechnology. Lisa Sthalekar, captain of Australia women's cricket team. Matthew Varghese, mathematician and professor at the University of Adelaide. Pallavi Sharda, actress. Pankaj Oswal, businessman worth $2 billion. Peter Varghese, diplomat and secretary of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Purushottama Billy Moria, professor at Deakin University. Tharini Mudalia, singer and actress who played a role in The Matrix Revolutions and Xena, Warrior Princess. Anglo-Indian ancestry. Anne Warner, former Minister for Aboriginal and Islander Affairs, Queensland Labor Government. Christabel Chamaret, Senator from Western Australia from 1992 to 96. Clancy Pearce, Australian rules footballer for Fremantle Football Club. Daniel Kerr, Australian rules footballer. Eric Pearce, a former hockey player who represented Australia in 4 Olympics. Jeremy Fernandez, ABC reporter. Julian Pearce, a former hockey player who represented Australia in 45 international matches. Jordan McMahon, Australian rules footballer. Lisa Hayden, Bollywood actress. Lisa Singh, ALP senator representing Tasmania. Lauren Moss, ALP MP for Caswariana in the Northern Territory. Rex Sellers, cricketer and leg spinner who played for Australia in India in 1964. Rhys Williams, professional footballer. Roger Kerr, Australian rules footballer. Samantha Downey, model. Samantha Jade, singer, songwriter and actress. Stuart Clark, Australian cricketer. Terry Walsh, Australian hockey player and coach. Christopher Gambian, ALP MP candidate for Division of Banks Electoral Division, Sydney.